Hello, Timeless Sagas family. Today, we're going to embark on a fascinating journey to Mecca, the holiest city in Islam, and the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad. Now, you might be thinking, hold up. Isn't Mecca just about Islam? Well, my friends, that's where you're mistaken. Mecca has a rich history that goes way beyond the religion itself. So, buckle up, as we travel back in time and explore the history of Mecca. Our story begins around the 5th century CE, in a barren desert valley. Picture it, scorching heat, sand dunes, and camels? Yes, camels. These ships of the desert were essential to the people living in the region, who were mainly nomadic tribes. They were known as the Bedouin people, and they relied heavily on their camels for transportation, milk, and even meat. Now, imagine this arid landscape being transformed into a bustling city. The reason? Water. You heard it right, water was the game changer for Mecca. The ancient Zamzam well, which still exists today, provided a precious water source in this parched land. The Bedouins began to settle around the well, and soon enough, Mecca was born. But, my dear friends, Mecca wasn't just any city. It was destined for greatness. According to Islamic tradition, it was none other than the biblical patriarch Abraham who built the Kaaba, a cube-shaped structure that now stands at the center of the great mosque of Mecca, with the help of his son, Ishmael. The Kaaba became a sanctuary for the worship of one God, Allah, as taught by Abraham. However, over time, the Kaaba began to house idols of various gods, turning Mecca into a hub for polytheistic worship. Now, let's fast forward to the 6th century CE. Mecca had become a thriving trade center, thanks to its strategic location on the caravan routes between Yemen in the south and Syria in the north. The city was ruled by the Quraysh tribe, who gained immense wealth and power from this lucrative trade. But, in this era of prosperity, a young orphan boy named Muhammad was born into the Banu Hashim clan of the Quraysh tribe. Muhammad grew up to become a respected merchant, earning the nickname Al-Amin, or the trustworthy one. But, amidst the bustling trade and wealth, Muhammad observed the rampant social inequality, moral decay, and idol worship in Mecca. Deeply troubled by these societal issues, he would often retreat to the cave of Hira to meditate. It was during one of these retreats, in 610 CE, when Muhammad experienced a life-changing event. He was visited by the angel Gabriel, who revealed to him the first verses of the Quran. Over the next 23 years, Muhammad continued to receive revelations, which he shared with the people of Mecca, proclaiming that there was only one God, Allah. Now, this monotheistic message didn't sit well with the Meccan elites, especially the Quraysh tribe, who profited from the polytheistic pilgrimage trade. They saw Muhammad's message as a threat to their livelihood and social order, so they began to persecute the early Muslims. This persecution reached a tipping point in 622 CE, when Muhammad and his followers embarked on the Hijra, a migration from Mecca to the city of Medina. This event marked the beginning of the Islamic calendar and the establishment of the first Islamic state in Medina. Over the following years, tensions between the Muslims and the Meccan elites escalated, leading to a series of battles. The most significant of these battles was the Battle of Badr in 624 CE, where the Muslims, greatly outnumbered, emerged victorious against the Meccan forces. This victory solidified Muhammad's status as a political and spiritual leader. In 630 CE, after years of conflicts, Muhammad and his followers marched back to Mecca with an army of 10,000 men. The city surrendered without bloodshed, and the Kaaba was cleansed of its idols, restoring it to its original purpose as a sanctuary for the worship of Allah. Mecca became the spiritual center of Islam, with millions of Muslims traveling to the city for the annual Hajj pilgrimage. As the Islamic Empire expanded under the Rashidun and Umayyad caliphates, so did Mecca's influence. The city continued to grow and evolve, with the Great Mosque of Mecca being expanded and embellished over the centuries. However, Mecca's fortunes took a turn for the worse during the Abbasid Caliphate, as the empire's focus shifted eastward to the newly founded city of Baghdad. Mecca experienced a period of decline and neglect until the 13th century when the Mamluk Sultanate of Egypt took control of the city. The Mamluks carried out extensive renovations and expansions of the Great Mosque, and under their rule, Mecca regained its status as the most important city in the Islamic world. But the Mamluks' reign was short-lived, as the Ottoman Empire conquered the city in the early 16th century. Under Ottoman rule, Mecca experienced another golden age. The Ottomans made significant contributions to the city's architecture, like the iconic minarets of the Great Mosque and the Grand City Gates. Mecca also became an important center for Islamic scholarship, attracting students and scholars from across the empire. Now, let's jump forward to the 20th century, when the winds of change were blowing across the Arabian Peninsula. In 1924, the city was captured by the forces of Abdulaziz ibn Saud, the founder of the modern Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Under Saudi rule, Mecca transformed once again, with new infrastructure, modern amenities, and massive expansions of the Great Mosque to accommodate the ever-growing number of pilgrims. Today, Mecca stands as a testament to its rich history, a city that has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the birth of a religion, and the enduring devotion of millions of Muslims who journey to its sacred soil each year. So, there you have it, folks. That was our journey through the sands of time, exploring the history of Mecca. I hope you enjoyed this adventure and gained a deeper understanding of the city's fascinating past. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Timeless Sagas for more exciting stories from the annals of history. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.